Paul, you said in the week it was going to be an emotional night tonight. That it was. Just starting on the pitch, how would you assess that 80 minutes?
A bit like the previous couple of games, really. We've clearly got a lot of fighting spirit in the team, and some nice touches in there as well. So we started really well, but the ability to sustain it is lacking for us, and there's various reasons for that. Not having a pre-season, some of the individuals haven't, so they're not up to scratch. Nenny jumping off the plane, he's nowhere near as fit as he could be. But and then obviously squad depth and quality as well. Effort will only get you so far. So some really good stuff, but we can't sustain it. And Wakefield showed the class in the end, and all credit to them.
A lot of emotion in the stands and before the game as well from the supporters. They've probably been through the ringer as a view this season. What would your sort of final message of the season be to them?
Just thanks for the support. Obviously, they've been fantastic in the support of the players and support of the staff and the club in general. So they're all very proud people and passionate about the club, and we are too. So I don't know if it's a sad day or not. I'm not sure. Nobody quite knows what tomorrow will bring. So we'll see. But I'm sure this club. I think as the song goes, Salford will never die, as they say. So I fully believe that.
I was going to ask you, sort of touched on there. What is your sort of overall emotion at the minute?
Tired at the minute. I'm ready for a brew, but. No, so it's been. I think I was more emotional during the day, just having some moments, along the day. Whether it be just walking the dog, whatever. Just had a few moments, bumping into people and that sort of chat. So as it stands at the minute, I'm all right. It's busy. We're busy, aren't we? In the match, after the match. So I'm just grateful, really, for the opportunity and everything that this club has given me, continues to give me, so I'm just grateful.
I imagine if you wrote a book about this season, you'd have a bestseller, and it might be put in fiction at some point. It's been unbelievable.
Yeah,
how have you got through, what's got you to this point? Because you've always said one day at a time, now you're at the end. How do you reflect on what's happened this year?
You can reflect on the things that have happened, but I've been taking it one day at a time because you never know what the next day is going to bring. So there's been a few interesting weeks, that's for sure. But as much as there's been sad days, there's been a lot of happy days as well. And I'll look back on the Warrington victory, and it wasn't a cup final, we didn't win any medals, but as the saying goes, again with the Salford fans, they always said when I turned up here, give us your heart and we'll give you yours. Well, I think that day epitomised it. It was a day that I'll remember forever. And the opportunity to work with some new players has been fantastic. I've really grown fond of some of the new players that we've got here, and so there's lots of good stuff, and that's how I'll reflect on it. I've learned so much myself, and so I try and be positive.
Do you have any indication on what the future may look like for both yourself and the club?
No idea. I absolutely no idea. So I'll sit and wait like everybody else, with obviously with fingers crossed.
There was a point in the second half, it was quite hard to ignore, where there was a bit of a to and fro between the owners in the stand and the supporters. What's your emotion? What's going through your mind when you sort of see and hear that happening? Well, when I'm a level above, you can't quite see it. So, and I'll be honest, I try not to. Even if I can see it in my peripheral, I'm not really concentrating on that. I try and concentrate on the game. I just don't think. You just want everything positive, don't you? And I guess in my little world, I just stay in my lane, so to speak, and carry on coaching and doing what I'm doing. So that's none of my concern at that present time. And they are here. Will you get an opportunity to speak with them before you eventually manage to go home?
I mean, what time is it? I've no idea. It seems to be getting on. That there are a lot of video ref decisions there, so time's dragging on. So if they're upstairs, then yeah. If they're not, then no.
Perfect. Thank you very much for today and this season.
Yeah, and to you as well. Thanks for everything.
You said after the Huddersfield game that this club needs clarity. Have you any idea as to when that clarity may come?
No idea. I guess the HMRC date will really give clarity if it gets to that point. So, yeah.
Are you confident that payroll will come next week and you'll get paid?
I'm confident, but I don't have substance behind that confidence. But what I've found is not being confident hasn't served me well. So I've tried to stay positive all the time. So yeah, I'm confident.
And obviously, if the club's in the championship next year, do you want to coach? Obviously, you're going to be director of rugby, but if the club goes down, would you be putting your hand up to coach?
I mean, I've got a contract as football director, but a lot of things have changed since them days. So yeah, I wouldn't commit either way at this point. I just wanted to get it over the finish line, and then then the next thing to happen will be the clarity. And see where the club's at and all them other questions before I'd be making decisions or having thoughts on things that might never happen or might happen. There's too many ifs, buts and maybes in that question. So
because you can't sign any players for next year, can you?
No, we can't sign any players because we're still under the restrictions.
What was your message to the players? Obviously, the year they'll probably never have another year like that in their careers, but what was your message to those players in the shed?
After the game, honestly, it took me that long to get in. It was, and actually now with the TV commitments and everything, I guess the post-match team talks are kind of drifting away a little bit, and it's more you get in and shake everybody's hands and you pick the bones out of it the following week, but I wouldn't. These boys will all be going back to their own clubs, so it's a very unique situation, and so my reaction's a reaction of gratitude for the effort and commitment, really. And there were times in the year I think we got walloped about 2 or 3 times, during the year, and there were times where I thought, it looked like we wouldn't get to the end, but spirits came back, and this club had a lot of spirit. So. And shown glimpses, even if they haven't sustained it, they've showed an heartbeat. This club's a fighting club, and every player that's pulled on the jerseys fought really hard for the supporters. I must say, we speak a lot about the supporters and the privilege that we have. We was very honoured and proud to wear the shirt. The boys were.
Was the week the Wakefield game hit, the first Wakefield game here was cancelled, the week where you thought, we're not going to make it?
No, it was earlier than that. It was probably the Wakefield away game when we got a good schooling, and so it was that patch of games where it was all becoming very, very difficult, and it looked like the bit of spirit had been lost, but somehow we managed to drag ourselves off the canvas and come back with a little bit of energy and spirit. So and that's all anyone ever asks.
As a coach, an employee and a person, the way things turned out this year disappointed you, because you've been having one hand tied behind you, had both hands tied, you had one hand and 4 fingers tied behind you. That's on a good week. Yeah,
I mean, simple answer to that is absolutely. Disappointed is not the word. Like. This club's no, I'm not angry. I'm not. I'll tell you, this club's used to losing players, and I've said it many times. When we lose a player, it's emotionally tiring and hurts because we, that's our thing. We're close. We're a tight group. But this year, obviously, we've lost so many players, so many staff. The friendships get magnified so much in a sporting environment. We spend so much time together, rely upon one another. So just imagine losing like 10, 20, 30 best friends in 12-month period. That's pretty like mentally challenging, So for me, losing players that are very, very close to and connected to has been really tough. And losing staff that I'm very, very close to, best friends, that's tough as well. So that's the big hurt for me. And then throw in the fact that this was our year. We was confident we could do something pretty special. So there's a disappointment on a work front, on an emotional front, but still I'll always look at it as a, you know, after I get past that, the things that I've learned have been invaluable. I just never want to go through it again and learn them lessons again, but there's always something to learn from every situation.
Do you still hold out any hope at all of being in the Super League next season, or is that just not really, is that kind of the least of the club's worries right now?
It's not something I've been concentrating on. I'm kind of the opinion what will be, and again, it's not the most important thing at the minute. For me, the most important thing that there's a Salford Red Devils, and so I'm kind of trying to do it in order that things will drop, and you would hope that something drops imminently, and if it doesn't, then it'll be HMRC Day, and then that'll start giving some clarity one way or the other, and then you can start worrying about stuff like that. It's almost irrelevant at this minute in time compared to the bigger issues that come before it. So I'm not going to concern myself with things that I can't control at this minute in time.
Just one last one. Do you confident that in whatever form and whatever division, and day one of next year, a Salford side will be competing?
Yeah, I'm confident that whatever happens on that HMRC Day, that there'll be a Salford Red Devils, because 150 years of history. There's people in this city who care deeply about the club. There's people who are well resourced, basically got money, who care about this club, and ultimately that's what it needs. And so one way or the other, whether it's under the current ownership, a new ownership, I'm pretty confident, I'm very confident that there'll be a Salford Red Devils club to support. So that's my opinion, though. I don't have substance behind that. That's just my opinion. So maybe I've learned to be a bit more positive this year. You might sound a bit daft, but that, you know, it's a better way than thinking the worst all the time. But I've certainly got my fingers crossed that that's the case anyway.